I'm Mary Liz Wright with University of Illinois Extension, here today to make some fun and easy snacks for your family. Watch along. I'm sure you'll find something you will want to do with your children. Do you remember making paper snowflakes when you were younger? So much fun to cut those designs into the paper and then hang them on your window. Well, today we're going to do something similar, only you can eat your snowflakes. So first, what we need to do is wash our hands with soap and water, making sure that we are doing that process for around 20 seconds, and then preheat our oven to 400 degrees. What we need for this project are flour tortillas, and I chose the medium size, a teaspoon of sugar per tortilla, and some baking or cooking spray, and a pair of clean scissors that you have also washed in soapy water. So just like you would a paper, take the flour tortilla and fold it into fourths. If your tortillas are really cold, you might want to wrap them in a damp cloth and microwave for 10 to 15 seconds, just so that they're pliable. So we're gonna fold it, like I said, as if we were using the paper, and then take our clean scissors and begin cutting a design. Don't be afraid to be aggressive. And if you make a mistake, if your little ones make a mistake, you can eat it, no problem. Just remember not to cut all the way through, because you want your snowflake to unfold into a beautiful design. So I'm just cutting random little pieces out. And if you are someone who doesn't like food waste, like myself, you can take these little pieces and toast them and use them for salad or soup toppings, or throw them on top of a casserole. So once you have cut a design, open it up and you can see, there we have. Now, I'm not a great artist, but we have a little snowflake shape. Then we need to take our baking sheet, spray a little baking spray on the sheet so our snowflake won't stick, and then sprinkle it with white, and then spray the snowflake itself. And what this does is it enables the sugar to stick. Then sprinkle, around a teaspoon or less on each tortilla. And so then put that into your oven, 400 degrees, for a few minutes, just until it's golden brown and you can begin to see the sugar sparkle. So I'm going to step aside. And then through the magic of video, we have a tortilla snowflake. So just break it apart and enjoy. Low fat, low calorie, beautiful, easy snack to make with your children on a snowy afternoon. I hope you enjoy it. It's almost Valentine's Day, and we know what that means. Candy and cookies and sweet treats that would make even Willy Wonka blush. Would you like to give your family a treat without feeling guilty about all the sugar? Well, today we're going to make the perfect sweet treat. All we need are a few ingredients, vanilla yogurt, and I've chosen the light variety. You could even choose Greek yogurt if you wanted a little more protein. And so the recipe that you're going to be able to download will call for a baking sheet, a 9x9 baking sheet, but if you don't have that, you can make it on a plate. So that's what I've done. I just simply have a plate with a piece of wax paper put on top, and the wax paper will enable us to lift it off once it's frozen to be able to cut it into serving pieces. So as I said, we have the vanilla yogurt, and I'm just going to spread it around the plate. The measurements in your recipe don't have to be exact because you are making this for your family, for however many people are going to want to enjoy it. So we just start with a base of yogurt, as long as it's about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. And to that, we're going to add, the recipe calls for strawberries. Well, it's winter time here in central Illinois, and buying fresh strawberries is both too expensive and not a good nutritional choice. Those strawberries have traveled a long way under adverse conditions to get here, and over the journey, they've lost quite a lot of their nutrition. So what I did was buy frozen. Now you can also tell that I have other berries in here as well. I have blueberries and raspberries and blackberries. And the reason for that is at my grocery store, all I could find in the no sugar variety were this mixed berry medley, and that's fine. And so what I did was the strawberries and other berries in here were whole, and while they were frozen, I sliced them. And this makes for a better presentation and also much easier to eat. And so I sliced the berries, and that's what you can do. Now, if you're in a position where frozen berries are not available in your grocery store, that's fine. You can also use strawberry jam. Now, know that the strawberry jam is going to contain quite a lot of sugar, and so you might want to use plain yogurt in that case. But use whatever you have in order to add some fruit to this dish and make it pretty. So you see there we have the berries, and I've spread them around. Now we're going to add a little bit of crunch, and I've washed my hands prior to this to make sure that they're clean and I can handle food. That's why I'm not wearing any gloves. I'm just serving my family, so I have clean hands. And then I've chopped up some pretzels. If you don't have pretzels, that's fine. Use some cereal, some leftover cereal that you might have. All this is doing is adding some crunch. Now the pretzels are adding salt as well. And you know, it's really popular right now to do the whole salty sweet thing. And so this is making this dish one of those sweet salty treats. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And so I'm just going to take the spoon, kind of press that down a little bit so that they are embedded in the yogurt and fruit. And then lastly, we're just going to take a few of the mini chocolate chips, not very many, because these will add more sugar, but just a sprinkling over the top so that your family still feels like they're getting a Valentine treat, because Valentine's Day often means chocolate, without getting all of the sugar and extra calories. And again, I'm going to press that down just so that it all has contact. And so there we have that. I'm going to take this plate or your baking dish, whatever you chose to use, and slide it into the freezer for 2 or 3 hours, just until it is frozen firm. And now I have a finished product, and you can see I used a baking dish, lined it with wax paper so that when it comes time to serve, I simply lift the wax paper and can then cut it into pieces much more easily. And you can take a knife. I have a little spatula here where I can cut pieces of our fruit and yogurt bark and then serve them to your family. It looks really good. Have you heard that soda pop is bad for you? Full of sugar and not a good choice, particularly for children. In fact, soda pop is one of the leading causes of obesity in our country. So what can you give your family if you're craving that bubbly sweet drink, or as a special occasion drink for your children? We have the solution. homemade soda pop. And so what we need to do first is ice in a glass, and then purchase 100% fruit juice concentrate. Make sure you're watching the label and it says 100% juice. Don't buy something that says drink or punch. Those are code words in the food industry for sugar. So I've chosen 100% grape juice. And I'm going to add a tablespoon or 1.5. You might have to make this a couple of times to make sure you're getting the ratio correct. So we put the frozen fruit concentrate, and I've let it thaw in the refrigerator overnight to make it easier to mix. And then get club soda or sparkling water of some sort, and then just pour it over the ice. Give it a little stir, and you have a healthy, bubbly, special drink. I hope you enjoy it.